पढ़ना है, डिस्कस करना है, then you have to decide like why author is doing this one, why, what is the purpose behind that the author is writing this whole of this paragraph.
Okay.
Got it? I'm going to explain again shortly. So, have you opened the page number 11 in your book? And also, you can see on my screen the purpose of writing. And like I told you, there are
I
four.
cannot see your.
You cannot see my screen?
It says you have left the meeting.
No, I am in the meeting.
No, like
No,
the
like
other
the
one.
other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Let me
recheck.
recheck.
Can you see
Can you
now?
see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to explain you the purpose of meeting, like why the author is going to write some of a paragraph.
So
So
whenever the
whenever the
paragraph that
paragraph
is
that is
assigned to
assigned
you
to
by
you
your
by your
teacher
teacher
or for
or
some
for
of
some
a
of a
exam, you can
exam, you can
say
say
your first
your
step
first
should
step
be
should be
identify
identify why the author write
whole
a
of this
whole of this
paragraph.
paragraph.
Always
Always
remember
remember
at the back
at the
side
back
of
side of
purposes
purposes
for each
for
of the
each of the
paragraph
paragraph
there are four purposes.
there are
First
four
one is to
purposes.
argue someone.
First one is to argue
Second one
someone.
is to argue.
Second one is to
Basically what
to
advice
what
to
advice
advise
to
someone.
advise someone.
Third one is to
Third one is to
entertain someone,
entertain
and
someone,
fourth
and
one is
fourth
to
one is
inform
to
someone.
inform someone.
There are a
There
lot
are a
of
lot of
discussions and a lot of
discussions
examples
and a
that
lot of
comes under each
examples
of the
that
paragraph,
comes under
each
each
of
of
the
the
topic.
paragraph,
As you can see,
each of the
the
topic.
first
As
topic
you can see,
suggests that
the first topic
to argue
suggests
or to
that
persuade.
to
For
argue or to
example, you have a
persuade.
lengthy
For example,
paragraph
you
in
have a
which
lengthy paragraph
you
in
are
which
going to explain
you
each
are
and
going to
everything in a
explain each
manner
and everything in a
like
manner
just a
like
second.
just a second. Okay, my phone get out of charge, so that's why I just leave through my phone, and now I am through my laptop. So I was explaining these four factors. For example, a long paragraph is given to you and your teacher asks you, first of all, Murtaza, define what is the purposes of your writing. So read the paragraph clearly and very carefully and identify what was the background, what was the purpose of writing. Either in whole of this paragraph, author is going to explain its feeling or to explain its entertainment purposes or inviting someone to have a party, so that comes under the topic of entertainment. If the whole paragraph is showing that your author is going to advise someone to pay her attention towards studies, to go somewhere, or guiding him just like a path, or go telling him that you have to go towards the street number 13, 14, and something, means in other way, all of these, the paragraph is about guidance, like pay your attention towards studies, pay your go to school, comes to home early, go to bed early, get up in the morning. So it all these things comes under the definition of to advise someone. Next is the third one, that to inform. To inform means if you read whole of the paragraph and you feel like author is going to inform someone, like I'm going to school at 7 o'clock, so be waited for me, or I'm not going to take my class, so that's all going to inform. So that all these scenario, all these discussion comes under the paragraph of to inform someone. Or the fourth one, purpose for writing a paragraph is to argue someone or to persuade someone. For example, you are a shopkeeper and you are selling your goods to the other people, and people come to you and say, Murtaza, Sir Murtaza gave me these books at this price. And you are saying that I'm not going to sell these books at this price, but I will offer you $20 or $30. and they are going to convince you that we will not buy at this cost, we will buy at $10. Means you people are going to convince each and other to argue something between you and the other person that are buying these goods or these things from you. So all this discussion, all this scenario comes under the purpose of argue or to persuade. तो सबसे पहले आपने क्या करना है, इन चार ऑप्शंस को अगर आपने समझ लिया है तो आपने उस पैराग्राफ को अच्छे से रीड करना है, एंड आफ्टर रीडिंग यू हैव टू मेंशन व्हाट वाज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस होल पैराग्राफ.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, if you got it, then move toward the third point. I tried my best to explain each and everything very clearly because that purpose of this paragraph is very clear and very important. Without that, you are unable to move forward. So be sure to identify, be sure to decide your purpose very clearly. Right?
Right.
Okay, third point suggests that there are a lot of purposes in a paragraph. For example, a long paragraph is given to you in four lines. First four lines, the purpose is to advise someone, and in the last four lines, the purpose is to entertain. So, in this whole of this paragraph, you will have two purposes. First purpose is to advise. Second purpose is to entertain. For example, I have a long paragraph. Let me show you. For example, along let me write down over here: work hardly and pay your attention towards studies. So in these first two lines the purpose is advice, and in the last two lines the author is want to explain some other thing like tomorrow is party at my home, so make sure you will attend it. So, in the last two lines, what was the purpose? The purpose is to entertain someone. So, this would be entertain someone. So, this whole paragraph is a combination of two parts. In the first part, the purpose is advice, and in the second part, the purpose is to entertain someone. Got it?
Got it.
So, that's all about that. Hope so you understand how you can choose the purpose. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's all about the purposes. We will do next exam style question in which you can do practice relating to selection of your purposes. So that's all about that. Let's move forward and open the page number 11. Have you opened?
Yes.
Okay, informative text. Informative text means there is another purpose of this writing, like you can say the type of a paragraph in which authors want to inform something, to inform you. So, look at the points, then definitely the purpose of your contrast, the purpose of your context would be the informative text purposes. So, read the points over here. The author is saying that when they're writing an informative text, the writer's aim is to pass on knowledge to the readers clearly and effectively on the possible ways. It means that your whole of the paragraph in which the author is explaining something and guiding something, her purpose or his purpose is just only to inform something either from studies, either from environment, either from worldly things or something like that. So whole of this paragraph should be purposes that involve the informative text. That was the example that I did told you to inform something. Second point is that if you get something like they will adapt their language to match their indeed audience, or for example they might need to write for different groups, for the people of different levels of different universe, or for understanding. Like I'm from Pakistan, and I'm usually at my home we are using Urdu language. We are not using English at my home. But I know you are you are feeling difficult to understand Urdu language. No doubt you understand Urdu, I know, but it's easy for you to understand English in a well manner, right? Urdu's understanding is different, difficult for you for somehow. So I am trying to explain
Yes.
each and everything in a English manner so that you can got, right?
Okay, got
So I'm going to change
yes.
my language. I'm going to change my language for your easiness. So that's called basically the language barrier, and I'm going to finish this barrier to help you, to inform you, to guide you, so that all these things, whenever you are going to swap your languages to help people, to, for the group of people and all these things, it means that you are going to explain, you are going to inform.
Got it.
And the last and the most important point is that some informative text might be arguing a particular viewpoint through, for example, the example in a purple box you can see. Many newspaper clearly pick information that supports a particular political party, even though a newspaper article may not say outside that opinion is I can still be blessed. What does it means? It means that for political issues, like if you are interested to watching newspaper or news, then it's easy for you to understand, not an issue. But you can see in this paragraph the author say that you pick a newspaper. What is written in this newspaper? Opinions are written. Different you can say political persons are explaining their view. I'm with IK, I am with Nawaz Sharif, I am with someone. What they are explaining, they are giving you information, whatever they knew about it. For example, I'm in the party of PTI, then definitely I will explain each and everything that is in my mind, that is in my information. It means that I'm explaining whatever I am feeling, whatever I know about them, I'm going to explain that one. And if you are a party member of Nawaz Sharif, then you will explain your thoughts about them. It means that you are explaining your feelings, you are explaining your information about them. So all these things, either in a political way or either in a some way, some other way, whatever this is, comes under the discussion for informative ways actually. And that is a part of information, means whole of the purpose of this paragraph is to inform someone.
Got it.
Now move forward the last part of this paper, that is an example of informative text. What are the examples of informative text? In the short mini paragraph, the last bottom of this page, you can see the Mini first went to sail across the global in 1959. After its release, the Mini was an instant hit, quickly becoming the best-selling car in Europe. Over 5 millions of them were made, and many famous faces of the era, including the Beatles, Fouts, drove them. Since the Mini has gradually comes to the regarded as an icon of British monitoring culture. Now, in this paragraph, Murtaza, you can clearly see there is not an other purpose other than information. You can see there is no advice. Can you read any advice in this whole of a paragraph?
What do I read out?
Advice.
Uh, which one? To look at some examples of informative writing as practice.
Yeah, in this first paragraph.
You need to be able to recognize informative writing and explain how it's being used. If the information is biased, make sure you comment on that. It will show the examiner you really thought about the text.
Yes, it means that the purpose of writing is to inform. No other purpose, not argue, not entertainment, not you can say other purpose other than information.
Yeah,
सो अपने अच्छे से रीड करना है पैराग्राफ को, चूज करना है कि आइदर ऑथर इज गिविंग यू एडवाइस. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम गोइंग टू ऐड अ वन लाइन इनटू इट. At the end of this paragraph, the author say that you have to do the same thing just like Minnie did. It means that the purpose of this whole paragraph contains two things. First one is to inform, and second one is to advise.
Okay.
So be sure to read the paragraph completely and clearly, then you are able to decide whatever the purpose is. Open the page number 12 now.
Okay.
Have you opened?
Yes.
Okay, so the top placement or the top topic for this one is entertaining text. It means that here you are going to explain each and everything that is relating to entertaining. I'm not going to decide all these 5 points that are written at the top corner because we did discuss all these things in my first page with you while doing a discussion about first page at the start of my lecture. So I'm not going to explain each of them again. Moving toward explanation or somehow example that is at the bottom of this page. This is that he feel cold power of the bike humming bent beneath him as they both hurtled along. They were on the elegant couple skimming the dance floor,
Okay.
twisting around sweeping commerce with effects, precision, tolling along endless streets, and they pushed each other on towards the inevitable conclusion. But their wits was sprinklings and out of control. They were too fast. The bike slipped suddenly. They sicked into wall, and all its hiking or you can say hulking force comes down. What is the purpose of writing? Here you can see none of the advice is given. Just only there are two purposes of this paragraph. In the first purposes, the author is explaining the entertainment, like the group of people are dancing, the group of people are enjoying. It means that the purpose of this paragraph is to entertain. Are you agree with me?
But yes.
And can you tell me what is the purpose of this second paragraph that is starting from but their wits was springling out of control?
Uh, on page 12.
Sorry?
Where? Which paragraph?
The same that I'm reading, this one on page number 12.
Oh, but the waltz was spiraling that one.
Yeah, that one.
I think it's. I think it's talking about like a small like sentence or paragraph can be like very interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and the structure is really good.
Yes, I'm asking my question. You're not understanding my question. I'm saying this paragraph is divided into two parts. First part is about entertaining.
Yeah.
Let me know the purpose of second part that is starting from but there.
Oh,
Read the last three lines and let me know the purpose. Either to inform, to entertain, to persuade, or to argue.
I think it's to tell.
Is to tell. Very good. It means that to inform. Got it?
That's it.
Okay. So next is about to argue or to persuade. So read this paragraph that is over here loudly by the example. Read it loudly.
But there was a spiraling out of control.
Why brother with
Uh,
breakfast?
because he's riding on the bike.
Sorry?
But their boats were spiraling out of control and they were traveling fast, too fast. The bike slipped suddenly and skidded into the wall with all its hulking force.
No, no, Murtaza, I'm talking about the page number 13 reading.
Oh, yes.
Open page number 13 and read the examples for why brother with breakfast.
Oh, eating breakfast improves mental and physical performance. This is well known as incontrovertible fact, and yet 20 million of us Britons regularly skip the essential refueling opportunity. Why isn't this case? Are we too busy commuting, getting the kids ready for school, blow drying our hair? Do you feel frantic and harassed in the morning? Well, that time has to come changeable. Breakfast does not have to be an elbow or time-consuming meal. Allow 10 minutes extra for a nutritious bowl of porridge or granola every morning, and the benefits will noticeably almost immediately. Another troubling trend is the rising number of children who don't eat breakfast before leaving school or college.